Hello everyone, Dungeonation here, and welcome to the developer commentary of Jester Jasper in Jiving for a Jump Scare. I'm going to be playing through the game, and I'm going to be talking to you about how I made it and such. And if you've never seen any gameplay of the game before, and you want to play it for yourself, spoiler alert, just a heads up, just get that out of there. So I should probably start off with how I came up with this game, how this game came to be and such. So it was probably about a week ago when I came up with the idea for this. I was with my cousin, and it was just the two of us up late one night. We just did like marathon boredom. Like, we would stay up really late and just do nothing. We would just hang out. And I guess one of those nights, were really bored, and I randomly pulled up One Night at Flumpty's 2, because he had never seen it before. So he went in blindly, and he got to see the game. I played it through with him, and he was like, wow, this is really cool. And it just sort of started this discussion about how the Five Nights at Freddy's mechanics have, like, potential if they're done, like, more originally, because most people don't like it, well, other than it kind of being, like, drawn out by all the sequels and the fan games that really don't add anything new to it, and all that good stuff. And the fandom's pretty bad, but no offense. But yeah, we started talking, and I said, hey, we should like make a really small Five Nights at Freddy's fan game that strives to be original. And he was like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. And so then an hour or so later, we just went to bed, and I don't know, my mind wandered, I guess, or I had a dream. Either I had a dream or my mind wandered, and it was about this. I just thought of this cat, and he was just some kind of mascot, and he just sat in this factory. I almost said he worked in the factory, but he was pretty much the mascot, and he had this like ear to ear grin, like those anime cat characters, that smug smile, and it was just really funny. And then, like, the next morning I was like, hey, that might be a good idea for the fan game. I don't know how the thought process works for me making my games. And then we had cereal the next morning, so I was like, all right, if this is going to be anything, he's going to be a cereal mascot. And it just sort of went from there, you know? The mechanics were the mechanics I came up with on the fly, which is kind of impressive considering. But this game took like about a week and a half to make, and given that this is all kind of improv, much like the last Five Nights at Freddy's fan game series I made, Two Nights at Tweety's, was kind of improv. This was sort of improv too. So yeah. And then the Jester, the fact that he was like the king's fool as the mascot of how they kind of branded him, that kind of all came later with the improv process. So yeah. I'm going to talk about how the mechanics work now. So basically, it's the 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., of course, but you on the right you have like this motion sensor, and that picks up any kind of motion that's happening in the factory. And yeah, see if there's like the warning sign up, and that means it's Jester Jasper. And if he gets really close to your room, then you should keep the lights off. And yeah, did you see that? You know that you're safe and that you protected yourself if he like flies by and turns back on the lights. And then the other mechanic is your job to dispense cereal into the proper boxes, and then it gets shipped out in the background. The cereal moving in the background on the conveyor belt was kind of a last-minute addition, but yeah, I thought it was a cool idea. And so yeah, you dispense the cereal boxes, and there is a character that does appear, Whitland Trixie, that has to do with cereal boxes, who will sometimes appear in the cereal box. You have to wait a little while, because if you pour cereal on her, she jump scares you. She gets mad at you. And if you screw up and put the wrong flavor of cereal in the wrong box, there's like you get a strike, and like the amount of strikes you get, and then you're out, and then she jump scares you. Or if you don't do your job enough, she jump scares you. So yeah. Oh, and there is Tabby Jasper, who's sort of like the Golden Freddy, where if you he'll randomly appear going into the middle of the room of the office, and if you try to pan over to another screen without letting him fade away, he jump scares you. So it sort of changes up the pacing a bit sometimes. I thought that was pretty cool. And I also thought it was because, there's not really, it was just kind of felt a little repetitive, and I just sort of thought, there needs to be like a third character. And so I thought, we'll make like a Golden Freddy thing. And I thought like it should be a tabby cat because Jesper is a cat. So I made it an orange cat. And the design was kind of on the fly like everything else. So yeah, and on the first night on not hard mode, on the regular difficulty, Whitland Trixie in the cereal boxes doesn't start to appear until like around 1 to 2 a.m. And then Tabby Jasper doesn't start appearing until like the very end of the night at like 4 or 5 a.m. But on hard mode, they're both active immediately, which I thought was pretty cool. And like the time it takes for Jasper to move around is a little faster, and the quota that you need to meet, like you have to pay attention to the cereal job more, or else you get jump scared. So it sort of ramps up the difficulty, which is kind of the whole point. It's a hard mode. I don't know, I'm rambling. Oh yeah, the third room where you package the cereal, it originally looked really ugly, but then I fixed it up. It was kind of like done on the fly, and Whitland Trixie, by the way, I was doodling in my sketchbook of Jasper, and I drew something on the other side of the paper, but you could sort of see it. It was like faded, and it sort of looked like a duck, so I kind of just traced it out of what I saw, and that's how Whitland Trixie. And by the way, that confetti wasn't always white. It was actually, it randomly picked a color, and it was like colored confetti, but it kind of made the game lag, so I went with white confetti. It still looks okay. Maybe it's rice. Maybe they're pouring rice. I don't know. Oh yeah, and one more thing, the game over screen, if you do get jump scared, there's like different messages that Jasper could say, and some of them are references to things, which I'm going to put right now. Here's what was referenced.
You see, nightmares can come true. You have expired. Take another stab at it. You blew it, kid.
So yeah, that was pretty much Jester Jasper jiving for a jump scare. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And the link to play the game is in the description. Hope you guys have fun, make YouTube videos on it, and see you around.